What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Napoleon Hogan's Ministry. Today we are in day 16 of our 31 days in Proverbs, 31 days in Proverbs, 31 days in March. Though I'm going to read from a tablet today. I'm a bit tired. Just got done with church, finished that up, and so I'm gonna read from this, if you don't mind. I'll read what I've got written down. But an overview of Proverbs 16, at least from what I gathered from it, is that Proverbs 16 highlights the sovereignty of God in guiding human plans, emphasizing that while people make their own plans, ultimately God comes. Oh, well, ultimately success comes from the Lord. It also stresses the importance of righteousness, humility, and trusting God as the foundation for a prosperous and honorable life. The chapter also addresses the value of wise speech, self control, and integrity in fostering harmony and avoiding conflict. Through its teachings, Proverbs 16 serves as a reminder to seek God's guidance and align our actions with His will. That's very, very true. That's why I wrote it down. But there are several verses that stood out to me that align very much with that overview I just read to you. And y'all know me at this point. I have a lot of verses that caught my attention. Verse 1, so Proverbs 16, verse 1 says, "The reflections of the heart belong to mankind, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord." That reminds me of another verse in the Bible that says, if you open your mouth, the Lord will fill it. Basically meaning like He'll give you the words to say, when to say them. Okay, and verse 2 says, "All a person's ways seem right to him, but the Lord weighs motives." We can't see someone's heart. Yes, sometimes we can see we can have discernment and see their actions and their character over time, and or see things that might make us think a certain way about somebody, but God can directly see their heart. He knows their true motives, whether you do or don't. So when you get that unction in your that in your spirit, or some people will say it's like a gut feeling, it's probably worth seeking that out and having a conversation with God about that to see what is going on there. Is it God? Is it you? What's going on? Okay, and verse 3, "Commit your activities to the Lord, and your plans will be established." This is super encouraging for me, where it's like, well, Lord, if this is you, then I'm going to trust you with it and move forward and trust Him to establish it and guide me. And if it's not Him, He would definitely guide me out of it. Verse 5, "Everyone with a proud heart is detestable to the Lord. Be assured He will not go unpunished." If you don't know by now, the Lord hates pride because it exalts yourself higher than you should be. Verse 7 says, "When a person's ways please the Lord, He," meaning God, "makes even his enemies be at peace with him." What a blessing that we know that, yes, there might be persecution and things that we have to go through, but Proverbs says when our ways please God, God will make even our enemies be at peace with us. That is a tremendous blessing and a great opportunity for evangelism as well. Verse 8 also stood out to me. "Better a little with righteousness than great income with injustice." Verse 9, "A person's heart plans his way, but the Lord determines his steps." Meaning that you can make a plan and you can go to activate that plan, but when you're on that plan, God may direct you somewhere else. Verse 12, "Wicked behavior is detestable to kings, since a throne is established through righteousness." This is really good to me, because you hear a lot of people say, well, that person got elected into office because God elected them, or so on and so forth, or that king got established because God did. No, it says that kings are established through righteousness. So if it's not righteousness that established a king, then it wasn't God. Verse 17, "The highway of the upright avoids evil. The one who guards his way protects his life." Basically meaning like being smart with what you do, not being foolish in your decisions, thinking things through. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a common theme in Proverbs about thinking your decisions through. Verse 18, Pride comes before destruction, an arrogant spirit before a fall. If you choose to be prideful, you are setting yourself up for your own destruction. Verse 21. Anyone with a wise heart is called discerning, and pleasant speech increases learning. I feel like that's pretty self explanatory, but it's easier to connect with someone through kindness than it is through being arrogant or inappropriately aggressive. 32. Patience is better than power, and controlling one's emotion than capturing a city. So this translation is a little bit different. This is a CSB, but the gist of the verse still remains the same. Uh, if you can control yourself, you have a power that most people don't have. You have self-control, which is a gift of the Spirit. And if you are self-controlled, there's very little that you cannot either accomplish or overcome. Because you are in control of yourself. Definition, self-control. And then the last one, 33, is the lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. It really makes you stop and think. It's like things don't happen by chance, right? God created laws of sowing and reaping, the law of grace, even his law about hating pride. That everything that happens is because a law is established. It's actually not happening by random or chance. It's because a law was activated. So if you don't want a specific outcome, or you do want a specific outcome, work within that law. The Bible says that as long as the sun and earth remain, there will be seed time and harvest. Well, seed time and harvest is reaping what you're sowing. You sow apple seeds, you're going to get apple trees. You sow pride, you're going to get destruction. You sow humility, you will get honor. It's up to you and what you choose to sow. Thank you, everyone, for following along. That was day 16. Put what you got from this study in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing what out to you and what the Lord spoke to you. I will be back for day 17 tomorrow. Until then, peace.